Hi, in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my journey and how I got diagnosed with RA and what did I do about it. I got rheumatoid arthritis around 11 years back. At that time, when I got this disease, I knew nothing about it, frankly. I didn't even know what an autoimmune condition meant. All I knew was that after I got diagnosed, I came to know that my father was also going through had rheumatoid arthritis. Well, I did know that he had some kind of a joint pain issue, but that it was called rheumatoid arthritis or it was an autoimmune condition, I frankly did not know about that. So after getting RA, that is when I actually came to know that this what exactly kind of joint pain was he going through. When I started getting these excruciating pain in my joints, which I multiple joints would get affected at the same time, and I would be at times affected. The pain would be in 12 or 15 of my joints at the same time. That's when I went to a rheumatologist, and I was referred to steroids and then to methotrexate and a host of other medications that I was going through. But this led to a lot of other side effects that I had with it. I had put on a lot of weight, I got pigmentation on my face, and there was a lot of mental challenges also that I was facing. Initially, I was going through a lot of stress and then anxiety and then depression. A lot of it was because the pain was just acute and I couldn't handle it. So there came a point where the methotrexate was at the highest level given to anyone, and I was on that level. And then suddenly, at one point, the doctor suggested that I had a toxic liver because of the medicine. So I had to be off the medication for a while till the toxicity is out. So at that those couple of days without that medicine is when the pain hit me hard, and I realized that I was just completely not taking charge of myself, and I had just put myself I was just going with whatever was happening with me, and I was frankly done with that. I had to take charge of myself, of my body, of my mind, of what I was going through, and to change what was happening to me. And to bring about that change, I started then reading more about the disease. I started understanding what is an autoimmune condition, why is it caused, why do some people get it, what happens when you get rheumatoid arthritis, why does the joint get affected, and multiple such questions. I just kept reading on and on about it. That's when I realized that the reason I got RA was not just because the gene was passed on from my dad, but it I got RA because of my stress levels, which was high at that point of time. That's the reason that that gene got triggered in me. So we cannot just blame uh, our adults and say that, oh, I got this gene and that's the reason I have this disease, and you are not responsible for it. Well, you are responsible for everything that happens to you, even though you had that get that gene from your parents. But it gets triggered only because of your environmental and your choices that you make in your life. That's when I realized that I have to take complete responsibility for my health, and I have to make changes in my life if I want to see changes in my health. So that's when I started making those changes. I knew that I was going through a lot of mental stress, anxiety, and that's when I got into yoga, and I would take these sessions with my yoga teacher, who would talk a lot to me and help me get out of these through pranayam, through meditation, a lot of affirmations that she would give me to write, and those kind of things helped me to stabilize my mental health. And then I went to a nutritionist. That's when I got into anti-inflammatory food, and I figured what were the inflammatory food that I was eating, and I pulled them out of my diet, and I added more and more of these anti-inflammatory food in my diet. I added supplements. I went for massages, Ayurvedic massages. So slowly and gradually, these little steps that I was constantly taking towards my health and my well-being brought changes in my health drastically. And soon, when I went to my rheumatologist, he suggested that the medication can be dropped now because my inflammation levels have gone down. So that's been my journey with RA. That's how I am now living with no medicine, no regular medicine for rheumatoid arthritis. Well, I do have my supplements, and I do take care of my other uh, you know my health by doing all the required things that are to be taken into consideration if you are suffering from an autoimmune condition, because it's called a lifestyle disease, which means that just because you've come out of the medication, or if you are in remission, it doesn't mean that you're going to stay in remission all your life. You have to keep doing what you are doing right throughout your life. That's how you keep controlling the disease, and you can live joyfully even with a disease like RA. I hope I motivated you enough for you to also apply things in your life and take charge of your life. If you want to do my free course, which I am now offering for helping people who have an autoimmune condition like RA, go in the description below and click on the link where there is a link to a free course that I'm offering. Do that and find out how you can help yourself better. So if you have liked this video, do subscribe to my channel, because in this channel I'm going to share with you all kind of tips and all kind of information that I have learned over these years regarding rheumatoid arthritis, so you can also live happily with RA. Thank you.